PlayStation 4 in the background, but we'll get to that later. JC, welcome. We'll give him a minute to get the stream running and everything, and we will get started here, gentlemen.
We are streaming, although I didn't change the title, so we'll have to fix that in post. But yeah. Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy game night. Welcome to Alpha Origins Game Night. Just a reminder because the world is full of litigious jerks who just want to sue people because they can. We don't give financial advice. We don't tell you what to do. We just talk about stuff, and you should make your own decisions. So, yeah, disclaimer out of the way. Let's have a great time.
Yeah! And guys, with that disclaimer out of the way, we are going to show you guys how to be up bigly in the next couple weeks. I think
Bigly.
most of you know what I'm talking about. I mean, it's disgusting. Already up 4x, about to be another 10x. Mark my words, gentlemen. This is going to be exciting. JC, what is going on? Missed you. Happy to be back.
Yep.
Seems like we have some special guests tonight.
Let's go.
Oof. Ice, welcome. Guys, what is up? We're going to get right into it. We know we have been,
Let's
involved with
go. I just killed
Yeah,
everyone.
JC! Ron is immediately pissed for the first game. Love
Rigged.
it.
Rigged. You know what? It is rigged. Just so you know. It's rigged.
Rigged. So yes, Scorchman, I see you. I know a lot of our mods are like trying to come up here. They're like, yes, let's go. We're ready. We're gonna wait a little bit, guys. We'll bring you up on after, but we want to kind of explain kind of what's going on for tonight and give the secret alpha out of the way. So first of all, let's kick the music bot, even though I love him.
Bye,
Now
music bot.
music bot is gone. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Ron, I love the energy tonight because you guys are gonna want it. All right? Yeah, we need it. So, right to the chase. A lot of you guys know we've been invested in HBAR since HBAR was like 4 cents.
We've been staking HVAR for over a year. Staking.
Yeah, we've been deep into HBAR. Liquidity pools, nodes, all kinds of fun stuff. HBAR has been an incredible project. It has been incredibly lucrative for us as an entity. We have done a lot of our investments and things, obviously like Solana. You guys know this on the white paper, but HBAR has been a core part of a lot of the funds we generate to do things like this, like the game nights and the giveaways that we do. So we have really noticed that HBAR has just been exploding as an ecosystem. We're involved in a lot of different projects on HBAR. And we recently actually had a project reach out to us. And we were really excited because, as you guys know, our first experience with HBAR NFTs were actually through a very recent initial NFT offering, which is going to give us access to an initial coin offering, which has been which is the pack token, which you all are very aware of. We're very bullish on it. Super low supply. We really do think it's an easy 200 million market cap project, and being a 200 million market cap supply, this seems like a no-brainer for us. A lot of you guys, as I'm sure you know, are very familiar with these backpacks. I don't even know what to call them, guys, but we love them. And they're already up 4x. We posted, if you guys are looking at them, HBAR's in a bit of a dip. We'll talk about that here in a second. I posted everything in alpha. It's basically you're gonna get access to the ICO for the coin, basically. HBAR absolutely ripped yesterday, as I'm sure a lot of you guys saw, off of kind of a misunderstanding.
No.
Jason, you want to kind of break that down?
Yes, that's so. I watched a video on that because I was like, "What the crap? This is fake." Dadgummit, it's not. Um, there may have been a misunderstanding from people that BlackRock themselves, I guess, they are not putting their assets, but one of their, I don't know. I'm still trying to wrap my head around this. Either a subsidiary or a specific asset management fund that BlackRock has is going onto the HBAR chain.
Yes. Okay. So yes, exactly. And Ice, you have it in the chat as well. So just to clarify, why should you be bullish on H bar? We are going to get our guests up here in a second because I want to kind of get into their opinions on this. But the reason we immediately looked into H bar is because H bar is all about tokenizing real world assets and big things like real estate, money
Money
mutants.
markets, yeah,
I got my minds on mutants today, guys. In case you couldn't
yeah.
tell by
We'll
the
talk
title
about
on
that later too.
the mucus and the
I
mutants.
think it's important. Like I was thinking about this today, actually. You guys that have been here know that we have been talking a lot about gaming. We've been talking a lot about AI. The kind of the big narratives that people have been talking about leading into this bull run is okay. Maybe NFTs were last bull run's narrative. Now we're doing this other stuff, and we here have been into the gaming and the play to earn stuff. And I know that the team has been talking privately, and some of us have been talking in the chat about AI stuff. But I don't know. I'm beginning to think maybe long term, and maybe even starting this bull run, real world assets on chain um,
And
is gonna
big.
because I mean the entire world economy. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I think the entire world economy, if you add everything up, real estate, money, everything, is worth what, $4 quadrillion? Does that sound right?
It's disgusting. They're some of the two biggest industries in the world. I mean, we have said this metric so many times. Gaming is bigger than music, sports, and that's all the sports, not just football. And
Two for two,
and
baby. Get off me. I'm killing
more.
everybody tonight.
Dude, how is that? Okay, guys, sorry. JC's not allowed to enter this next one.
Well, if I'm not allowed to enter, how are they going to have the JC bounty?
Oh, you're right. They got to be able to kill you for the extra money. Okay, got it. Continue, proceed. But yeah, long story short, guys, H bar is all about the too long didn't read. If you don't understand all these fancy words, is that H bar is tokenizing real world assets. So things like real estate, mutual funds, investment funds. These are all going to be a big part of what H bar does in the future. Also, big announcement. Neo Tokyo. You guys are very familiar with Neo Tokyo. We love Neo Tokyo. They are very much the kind of very similar to what we're doing here. And they are building a gaming platform on Hedera. Hedera has finally entered, and there is a couple other games on Hedera, and we're going to get into that. But the big thing is that Hedera is moving into gaming and moving into real world asset tokenization and moving into these other big things. Hedera is making very, very big moves, and that is very much reflected by yesterday's price movement. So today we have a special guest for you guys. Please, everyone, give an amazing Alpha Origins welcome to Spud and H Bar Joe. They are the leaders of a project that we found out about recently, but we are very interested in, and we're going to get them up here on stage. And they are going to tell you guys all about Earthlings.
Yes, sir. Welcome, H Bar Joe and Spud. Thanks for popping in. Let's
Love the
uh,
facial
let's
hair.
hear who you guys are, and then I want to hear all about this project.
Spy, you go ahead. You take it away. You brought me in here, and I'm so happy to be here. But Spy, you go ahead, and then I'll follow up from you.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Joe, and thank you guys for having us. We've had a couple of your guys make it find their way over to our community through the Hedera chain. Joe and I've been with the following the project for a time. I think I had H bar before they started selling it, and with their community testing program, I was able to earn some of that. That was, I think, in 2019. So I've watched it go up and watched it come right back down. So this is a good time to be watching it. So um, Earthlings, and Joe gives a lot of the introductions. He spends so much time talking to different groups. So I'm very thrilled that he could join us. There's a team of 25 to 30 people developing a play to earn game. Um, So I think that fits right along with what you guys like to do, which is, play games and earn money.
Yes.
So, that's I think is a good fit. There's a lot of information that we won't be able to cover tonight, obviously, but we've got a very, very detailed white paper. There's lots of videos on YouTube. Check those out. I think you guys will be impressed with the actual, it's actual in-game videos. It's not just these trailers that some cinematographer created. This is actual in game, so
Nice.
you guys can get a good feel for that. The environment. There's a lot of real world assets, NFTs that have utility. I think we have maybe about 12 different collections so far that all have utility, real utility in the game. So Joe and I are both advisors to the team. We have my background is in business development. I spent a career in engineering, product development, and so I'm just thrilled to be part of this group. Some really smart people. So, and Joe, one of the top guys, he really um, comes at us with a strong financial background. So anytime we've got any thoughts about tokenomics, he's our guy we go to first. So, Joe, you want to add in on
Yeah,
that?
thank you so much. And yeah, I think Spud's being a little modest. He knows HBAR inside and out from the origins probably as well as anyone. So if you ever want to pick a brain on that side of it, he's definitely the guy to go to. So I think Spud and I both picked up on the Earthlings white paper. I would guess within a week or so of each other. So we were probably first 50 in the Discord. That has a few thousand now, 10,000 followers on Twitter. No bots. We boot bots. We don't chase bots. So you see our engagement. We have tweets with 100,000 views compared to some some brands that have 50,000 followers and can't get 10,000 views. So however that works, I don't know the Twitter algorithm. Anyway,
We feel that.
Spud was, yeah, Spud was entrenched in the HBAR ecosystem, so we'd seen each other around and
Thanks,
really
Ash.
linked
Ash
up.
just posted your YouTube channel. Thank you, Ash.
Oh, boom! Thanks so much. So we linked up in the Earthlings Discord when it was very small. It's just a few guys and girls sitting around talking to each other all morning and afternoon. But my background in Web3 and crypto, I've got a buddy who's an attorney in Atlanta, Georgia, and a best friend who's a banker in Columbia, South Carolina. The banker had no clue about crypto, didn't believe in it. And the attorney was heavy into crypto and had made a ton of money getting in and out of Bitcoin. So I asked, I said, what do I need to buy? He said, buy Bitcoin. This is 2020. Buy Bitcoin, buy Ethereum. I said, great. Now give me 3 coins that I should get as a long-term play or a more speculative play. And one of those was HBAR, Hedera. So I went home, I researched, I was amazed by the background and the people involved with Hedera, Lehman, Baird, and Mance Harmon, the founders and developers, their background, and then you talk about the board. So the knock's always been on Hedera. Well, the governing council, it's all big corporations, and that's anti-crypto and anti-freedom. So I didn't buy right away. And I went to my buddy who's the banker, and I said, what do you think about crypto? He said, blah, blah, blah. Same thing everybody
It's
talks
a
to friends and
scam. It's
family
a
about.
Ponzi scheme.
Yeah. Yeah. So I said, well, let's do this. So, and I was talking to some people about golf here. Um, I said, let's play golf. I'll come into town. Let's play golf. Let's sit down and take a look. And it wasn't 10 minutes, and he started connecting governing council corporations to his banking job and software that they use to governing council members. And so he didn't pull the trigger, but I did. So I had a little bit of H bar, um, and I didn't have any NFTs. There were no there were no NFTs on Hedera back then. They were a late bloomer on the NFT scene. Um, so I went on and like, well, these NFTs, anybody can buy and sell them, right? So let me go on. I loaded Nifty Marketplace. I bought a Lush Sucks um, piece of art right after it minted. I think it minted for $250. I missed the mint because they were going in, 5 seconds, and I didn't know how to race mint
Was this back
anything,
when
so I
gas
missed
was
that.
$2,000?
Yeah, yeah. So I bought one on secondary for like $400 all in, and 2 weeks later, I made 2,700 or $3,000 profit
Boy, those feel
on
good, don't they?
on this one NFT, and I'm like, man, there's something to this. So I said, well, what do I want to do? I love gaming. I hear the term metaverse. So I went in and I bought $3,000 of Decentraland at 11 cents or 12 cents, whatever it was, and held that. And I'm like, oh, this Decentraland thing is going to be great. Snoop Dogg's involved. They sell land.
Ugh.
Land selling for $10,000. They're going to have a casino. This is going to be awesome. And so um, it goes up and it pumps, and I tell some other friends about it, and they get in. And when when it launched, when the casino launched, was the first time I went in to Decentraland. And I'm not knocking Decentraland. They've done a great job at raising money, and they're still working hard. But my I couldn't do anything. I'm walking around in this awkward metaverse that felt like my home PC from 1998, and I couldn't walk up to a blackjack table. I could walk through it, but I couldn't walk up to it. So
Somewhere between
I called my
Nintendo and Super Nintendo graphically.
yes, yes. I called my buddies immediately and said I'm selling it all. So I think I sold it all for like 80 cents. So I did a good 8 or so X. And so I did miss the 350 or $4 Decentraland, but it was perfect timing for me because I immediately went to Hedera and found an announcement for this family friendly game called Earthlings. And they had a white paper, and I read it, and I'm like, man, this is really out there. But you know what? I made money on the Decentraland, so there's no risk to it. I've got $400 all in, and now I've got $10,000, $12,000 worth of funds to play with. So I said, okay, let's see what this Earthlings is about. I don't know if they'll ever accomplish any of this, but let's go. So I got in the Discord, started hanging out, and found out about the founders card that was coming out, and bought it, got in with that, and it kind of went crazy because there weren't a lot of options on Hedera, and there were no games, no plans for huge games on Hedera that had been uh, published at this point. So I'm in the Discord, and I had been an advisor for a couple of other projects on Hedera, NFT projects, but I'd never even met the founders face to face online. So I talked to them, heard their voice. I'd seen them, do videos, but they'd never called me. Well, out of the blue, Patrick, who's one of the founders of Earthlings, sends me a message and says, "Hey, do you have time to do a face-to-face call? You're very active in Discord. I like your ideas. Let's talk." And it just blew me away. So we talked for a good hour, and about the same time, he was talking to Spud and asked us if we'd be interested in being moderators, which really wasn't my big interest, but I knew they needed help from the people in the US because they're in the Netherlands and France. So they just didn't have the hours and availability. So I said, sure, let's do it. One thing led to another. They asked Bud and I, hey, don't be moderators, will you be advisors? I said, yeah, we'll be advisors. And by this point, and Spud can probably speak to it. I don't even remember how much the founder's card was originally, but it had probably 20 or 30x in cost on the secondary market. And we had an idea that things were really taking off, but all we were seeing, all the community was seeing, were pictures, and there were no videos. And you get a lot of that with new games, and we knew it. So we knew it was going to be a multi-year build, and we're talking 2022 is when all of this started. So we knew it was going to be a multi-year build, and it was still, you're part of the team, and you're like, man, it's still super, super ambitious. How are we ever going to do it? And then the clip started coming out, and you started seeing videos, and they're all gameplay. And you all have to go check them out, and you can kind of track the history of them on the YouTube if you go there and watch those. And it was just fantastic. So to give a little background on it, we have developers, we have some game builders on the team. I think as of now, Patrick has about 25 people building the game with him, and we'll probably double that in the next couple months. But we didn't have big egos from huge game studios, and we've never had that ego that you that you see from some games. They'll go hire somebody from a studio just to use their name, and you don't know what those people did for that studio or the game development, but they'll sure as heck slap them on the website and put where they're from. We don't have that. What we have is two brothers that have owned a marketing, design, and advertising business for some of the biggest brands in Europe for 20 years, who were debt free and have the time and the money to start a venture like this. Their best friend, Yorho, who developed security software for cash register systems, sold his business. So he had nothing but time and money. They had the same feel I did about the metaverse. They're clunky. They don't function well. There's not much gameplay, and if there is, it's typically not fun. They said, let's build a game. And by God, they're doing it. And it's silly to see how good these hungry game developers are. We have people on every habitable continent working on this game. So it's truly a global game. What's really cool about it is Patrick started the idea saying, okay, metaverse. I'm going to build a better metaverse than everybody else. And it didn't take about 2 or 3 months into it for him to realize that, you know what, building a metaverse before you build the game is probably the wrong way to do it, right? Metaverses are inherently gaming. Anybody that plays any game with friends religiously or casually, you're in a metaverse, right? You go there, you meet your friends, you wander around the world, or if you play gaming solo, like GTA, it's still a sense of a metaverse. So Patrick said, well, let's build a game and then the metaverse will organically design itself. So if you build a cool gameplay venue, which is a 20 by 20 map, it's the largest gaming map that we know of. Somebody may release one larger before we launch, but right now it's the largest one that we know of. So what they did is they took a topographical exact map of Europe and overlaid on the game, and then sized it to fit our 20-kilometer map. So if you're in Spain, you're going to get the Spanish terrain. You're going to get the hills just off the coast of France. You're going to get the icy mountains and the Alps. You're going to get it all. So it's not just, oh, we're going to call this Europe and it's going to look the way we want all the way across. It's an actual topographical map of Europe. So
Yeah,
that's where they
Reptar
started.
is streaming
And
some of your
the
videos
game
right now.
is steampunk style. So if you look at Spud and me, those are the steampunk characters that represent us. But it's hundreds of years in the future. So not too long from now, the world is destroyed by war caused by AI, and there's a comic book backstory that goes with all of this. So Earthlings is set hundreds of years in the future where people are starting to recuperate and get back into societies and city and village and town living. New Paris is the capital city of Earthlings. And but the animals have thrived, right? Without so many people, animals that had been thought extinct are back, and so it's going to be very animal driven. But the cool part about the economy of the game, we're not just selling land for the sake of selling land, so you can go in and hang an NFT on the wall in your house and call it your house. If you own land in Earthlings, there's an incentive to bring in gamers. Every piece of land comes with a gamer's plot. So, like me, I work on this game 14 hours a day. I would love to say that when we launch, I'm going to be able to go in and spend 3 hours a day in the game. Simply not going to happen. But I'll have multiple gamers' plots. So I can pass those to my nephew and his buddies, and they can play and earn all day long, all night long, go in, do quests together, competitions, racing, you name it, there's going to be something for everybody. And if they're posted up in my gamer's plot, I will earn a percentage of what they earn. So there is the passive income
hey,
aspect
Joe,
of it.
is
Our
that
main token, it's on Hedera, is launching in May. We start a private round of our IDO tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Oh, did I lose you?
You still there?
Can you hear me?
For a second, but you're good, man. No, this is incredible, man. I'll let you keep going and say, yeah,
Yeah, you might have cut out, Joe.
I
Can
know,
you
and I'm
guys hear
talking
me all right?
so much. Hold on one second.
No worries, man. It was just your
They
mic.
probably muted you. No, I'm just kidding.
Mike.
You
I
know,
turned my Wi-Fi off.
Joe,
Is that better?
yeah,
Honestly, yes, actually it is. I had no idea how
I
like
think so.
involved this was,
Try it
guys.
again.
Like this is awesome.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I turned my Wi-Fi off.
Yeah,
I'm upstairs in the back of my house.
You're good now, man.
So yeah, there's a village.
think you're.
There's a village scene
Hey,
there.
Joe.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, can you? I think you might want to just take a little breath for a few questions about. I mean, you covered a lot of stuff, and then
Yeah,
I
I
think
know.
you might have
I
popped
get
up
too
a few
excited. I'm
questions.
sorry. So
No,
let me say
dude,
this real
not
quick.
a, dude. Don't worry about it. No, we love it. We're the same way, man. We love where these metaverses are going, and this looks amazing, guys.
Did we
Like, and I'm
lose you
not
again?
saying that.
I'm here.
How about now? Is my mic coming
So
through
our
now?
main token is
Did
You're
that?
clear. Am I
Okay.
here?
Yeah. I've
Yep.
been trying to ask questions, and I guess my mic hasn't been coming through.
Oh,
Um, the
and I was on Wi-Fi. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
yes, Python. That's the only thing that will get that bounty. Guys, this looks super clean. The graphics look awesome. Um, gosh, what was somebody asked a question up here? Is land available now? And Spud answered that yes. We'll get some links from you guys and put them in the chat so people can get that as well. Y'all keep going. I'm gonna find somebody asked a question. I was like, yes, I want to know that too. Y'all go ahead.
Yeah, just interrupt me anytime. So our IDO starts tomorrow. We have a few rounds of it.
Got it.
It's our Steam token.
Here's the question. Yeah, that
Go ahead.
you're about to answer my question. So you said that they can earn you as the landowner if people play on your gamer's plot. They can earn. And I was going to ask, is that an in-game token? And that's what you're about to talk about. So perfect.
Yep. So we have two tokens. First, I'll talk about Steam. It is the token of Earthlings. So you will be able to buy and sell anything we offer inside of Earthlings.land. You'll be able any NFT, any upgrade, any weapon, or I say weapon. We have egg shooters. Remember, we're family friendly, but we still have shooting aspects to our game. You'll be able to buy vehicles, transportation, anything we offer. You'll be able to participate in Quest via Steam, and any Steam that we bring in from the game rolls back into the end of our rewards distribution, which through the tokenomics, we had already planned it to last for 14 years. So we're not collecting that Steam and selling it to make money. We're collecting it and putting it back into the game. That's the beauty of it. So if you have a town or village, you'll be able to have a personal economy. So you'll be able to have shops where you could sell in real life items if you wanted. You could set up, like Spud's got some inventory. He's going to be able to rent out some of his utility NFTs so that when he's not using them, people that are coming in to try out the game will be able to take a short-term rental on his NFTs, and he'll be able to have a revenue stream on that. We will have Steam everywhere, but there is a lot of backlash in gaming for people who just don't understand on-chain tokens or NFTs yet. So we created a completely off-chain token called Water. You'll be able to earn water by playing the game, completing quests. So you could jump in, never connect a wallet, play the game, have an account, earn water tokens, just like you earn tokens in any Web2 game that exists in the world. Here's where we transition people. They're going to see people playing with utility items. They're going to see people with upgraded skins. They're going to see people doing things that they can't do without Steam. So they'll be able to take their water. We'll walk them through creating a hash pack or any other Hedera wallet. We will then give them access to the in-game store and shop. They can spend that water on NFTs or whatever they like. Now they have a wallet, they have access to Steam, and without even realizing it, without even realizing that they're working on a Web3 ledger, Hedera, they're going to be entrenched into Web3 just because they love the fun of the Earthlings game.
See, I think that's the brilliant way to go about it. I know we talk about a lot here in the gaming sector is people that play games don't necessarily know or want to know or understand all of the technology behind Web3. No one cares how to write TCP/IP. No one cares. They just want to send an email.
Right.
And so I think what you're doing here is the way to go. Like, hey, everybody knows that, when you play Clash of Clans, you earn the little in-game gold that you can spend, or you can buy it with real money. But they're comfortable with a game token that you can spend in game and buying that game token with cash. They're comfortable with that. And so if you just hide the Web3, they'll play the game.
Yep, 100%. And that's part of our revenue stream. So if you look at Web3 gaming and the top 5 games on Web3, no matter how they spin the numbers, they truly average about 1,000 people actually connecting their wallet and interacting with the game a day. The number 100 PC game has about, I think I have the stat somewhere, I think about 40,000 people interacting per day. You tell me where you're going to get people in. It's Web3 is great. It's great for fundraising for an indie game studio like us, and it's great to establish an early community. But to have 1 million players, truly 1 million players, you've got to get that Web2 community. So we'll offer sales. People will be able to buy the water token and operate as long as they want in Earthlings. Anytime we sell water, though, we are going to do a buyback of Steam to strengthen the Steam price, the Steam token price. Again, there won't be any, and with any tokenomics, there's a percentage of our token for marketing and legal and treasury and operations and those things, but we aren't taking directly taking any steam out of the gaming economy and putting it in our pockets. It all goes back in. So we're happy about that. Water will also be a reward token. So if you're purchasing things in Steam in the game and you're participating in the game, or if you purchase something in the future with another token that we accept, like USDC or anything like that, you're going to get a percentage of that back in water. Just like if you have a credit card and you get reward points, we're going to use water just like that. So you'll also be able to spend your water to get more. So the more you spend, the more rewards you earn. Gamers plots are amazing. We talk about the game, how big it is. We're looking at 2025 to start releasing pieces of it, but we are in alpha testing for our first mobile game right now. It's called Steam Runner. You'll be able to use our NFTs in Steam Runner. It's real tricky how you have to do it with the Apple Store. They have a lot of rules, but we have some workarounds that are legal and on the up and up with Apple. That's in alpha testing. Steam Runner is kind of like Maze Runner / Pac-Man. Super cool, super fun. It should be launched not too long from now. And then we have an amazing mobile game that I can't tell you a word about because Patrick's writing it out now. I'm doing some design for it.
I mean, this
but that'll
is
be
We won't
we
tell
do drop
anyone, we
we drop the
promise.
alpha here, so I mean, I'm just
trying to
saying.
be
I was just gonna say that. Hey, Joe, I think that we have at least one of their community helping us with some of our testing on Steam Runner.
Well, they
I
haven't
think
told
Ash
us
has made
anything.
it in.
Ash has been very good,
Yeah,
but I just want to say we have gotten plenty of devs in trouble with other members of their team because they come in here and they say something that they weren't supposed to say. So we're for it.
Yeah.
well, that's okay.
I will say.
But I did.
Go
I
ahead.
let me just add a little something onto that, Joe. Is that check out the Steam Runner because that's going to be another. I think that you'll be able to do a little bit of earning in Steam Runner as well. I don't remember if it was structured to be just water
Nope.
or,
It'll be
but
both.
I think,
Yep.
yep. And then you'll be able to actually link your NFTs for utility in that. So Ash has got some good insight into that. And then also, I think that we want to mention that I think that there's still a few seats for the Sunday experience with one of our head architect on our game. He's going to do some walkthrough. I think that Ash might have reserved a seat in there, and I think there might be a few left. So if you come over to our Discord, there's a link you can you can apply for a seat in there. It is limited. I think there might be a couple more, but I'm glad to see that Ash made the cut. And I think there might be a couple left, so I'm just
We,
dangling that out there in
oh
case
my
anyone
gosh.
wants to see it.
Spud and I
Go ahead.
saw this the other day. Look, we've been here since day one, and I'm in it all day, every day. And I see these beautiful things that you're showing on the screen, but I just don't see, how the sausage is made. And when we saw that last week or the week before, I was blown away with what we're creating. And that Sunday thing is going to be about a 30-minute walkthrough with one of the lead developers and Patrick, and then 30 minutes of Q&A. That will never be posted in entirety, ever, ever, ever. They're going to run about a 2 or 3 minute highlight reel.
Oh, is this
from
the
that?
which game is this, Reptar? Reptar's streaming something from your YouTube. Is this?
There it is?
Yep.
Here you go,
Steam
guys.
Runner.
This is
Yep,
it.
that's Steam
Oh,
Runner.
so it's
Guys, just so you know,
That's
like
just
none of this
that's
none of this
just the
was
Steam
planned.
Runner mini game
Yeah, that's just a mini
companion
game.
game.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're just doing
But it
these
still is
companion games.
spectacular.
oh, check that out.
Yeah. So we're doing these companion games, and they all tie in to the big game, but we're just creating these. See if you can go. Are you playing, or is that a preview? See if you can go find a wolf.
Ah,
There it is.
ah,
um,
ah!
Yep, we got him.
You're dead.
yeah.
Wait, Reptar, are you
So-
playing this?
Yep. No.
Yeah.
No,
I don't know
honestly,
if
you
that's
guys
a live play or if
That
that's
was-
just
that
a
was- yeah,
video.
that-
It looks.
Yeah, that looks like.
Oh, that's a
Marcel's
behind the
stand there.
scenes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is one of
Yeah.
your YouTube videos. He's just streaming stuff from so we
Oh,
can
yeah,
see the
there you
different.
go. Yeah, so it's in alpha right now. So it's getting updated all the time. But it's just kind of, this was an afterthought. It was just something that Patrick decided to build for PC while everybody was waiting. And he put a snapshot of it on his phone, and he immediately called me and said, "We've got to do this mobile." I'm not a developer. I'm like, yeah, do that. It won't take but a week or two. 4 or 5 months later, it's still getting better and better and better. So, yeah, we're really proud of that. But it's nothing compared to what's coming. One cool thing for everybody that, you might like games which like tokens more. If you own a town, and that sale was a while ago, but you can get them on secondary. If you own a town, you can own a bank. But if you are a Steam holder at all, you can put your money in the bank. What do you do if you deposit in traditional banks when the economy was good? You would get a return on your deposit. So we're going to start a banking system up very soon where you can put your tokens in and get rewards back for that. But it'll also tie to some of our NFTs. So there'll be certain NFTs that are multipliers in rewards. And obviously, if you own the bank, you get even more rewards. So we have a ton of rewards for people seeking something comparable to staking for tokens. It's just a creative all the way around to benefit, continue to drive the economy. We have city plots, in New Paris that haven't been minted yet. There are whitelists floating around on Syntax Marketplace. There will be 1,000 building plots in New Paris sold. That's going to be our first full mint exclusively in Steam. The mint price is $100 in Steam. All that goes back into the rewards. But I will tell you some alpha. I think Sunday, if you make the preview, you might get to see some new development in the city, which nobody has seen since the first preview video, but they're doing some really good stuff. In the buildings in the city are insanely good, and there are going to be 1,000 of them available. So we're really pumped about that, and that'll happen not too long after the tokens launched in May.
It sounds like Alpha Origins needs to pick up some land because honestly, oh, go ahead, Spud.
It's a lot to unpack there, Joe. I mean,
Yeah.
I just wanted to add a couple things in
Yeah.
that, that the way that this game has evolved is that, it really started and it continues to loop back to the gamer focus. So the game should be fun, no matter if you're spending money or not. You should be able to have fun with it. But there are a lot of options to where you can play the game and you can earn in the game, which I know that your community loves that aspect. There are aspects to where if you just want to earn a passive income, there are things within the city, within towns, villages, and properties, and you can own a train, you can own, transportation, and you can earn money from that. Straight ahead in that view, right before the bear was a tech shop. You can own a tech shop. People can bring their gear for a small fee to upgrade your gear. So you can be whatever role you want to be in the system. You can be a gamer, you can be an investor. Some people just want to hold the token and they want to speculate on that. There's people that want to have NFTs as a rental business.
That's
I've
what
got
we
a
do.
few watches that I'll rent out. The Steam watches, I've got airships. But like Joe says, we've been, involved with this project since, for 2 years. So we've been fortunate to be in early, to have a Pegasus that you can
Haha, check
actually
that out.
fly around on. Yeah,
There are
there's
only 11 of
only
those in existence.
Now are
11,
those?
12, something.
It's something like is that an in-game NFT that you could buy
Yep.
or sell on secondary?
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Sweet.
one
Yes.
thing I do want to say is,
Yeah, you
first of
can.
all,
I think that there's 19 total
Nin-
of the
19.
Pegasus.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Um, but like there's a wolf, you can have a wolf pin. Well, I think there's only 12 of those. So I mean, there
That's
are
the one
some
that's
very,
the
very
most, yeah.
rare.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some very, very rare ones. Each of them has some amazing utility in the ship. The one that you're looking right there is a barge. There's only 50 barges total. Joe and I each bought one on the secondary because we didn't get the mint one, but we wanted to have it. And when you seen that one clip earlier where he was kind of Finn was ducking behind with his egg shooter, the scene was on one of these as kind of, yep, that shot is a battle royale competition that can be set up on those sorts of things. So they're really, really, it's such a wide spectrum of opportunities and different things for different people. I mean, I am fortunate to have a Pegasus pin and I cherish it. And, I'm sure one of my nieces will want to fly around on it. So that's why I kept it.
A charger for
But,
the pony rides.
you know,
So
yeah, but the thing that's good, what I said is that I want to be able to allow people to rent these from me to be able to have that experience in the game, even though they might not own that pin. So that's really what's great too, is that for 10H bar or whatever it is, depending on at the time, for a small amount, they can rent it out for a day or a week or 6 whatever. You can set that all up.
So let me
And if
interject a
you are,
question here, Spud.
yep, go ahead. Yeah.
One of our guys, JV, thanks for this question. So here's his question: what is required to play? Will some of it be free? Do you have to have an NFT? Do you
Well,
have to buy the token?
yep.
Can
Yep.
can
You don't have to
anybody
own
play?
anything.
Okay, anybody can jump in and
Yep.
play. Can
Yep.
congrats, Python.
Anybody can jump in and play for free, no charge. And it will guaranteed be fun for free. If you want to take it to the next level, kind of like in any games where you say, okay, well, I want to upgrade my gear, and you can either do that from effort or you can do that from money. So there's always kind of that side. You're going to have the guys that just going to grind away, and they will never spend a penny, and they will still be the king of their village or their town or their remote cabin that's on a floating island somewhere, and they've completely earned everything just from playing. That is certainly
Yeah.
a likely
We
scenario.
got a few of
It won't
those.
cost anything to play. Yep, sure. But there's
Yeah.
also guys that will go straight to the secondary. They will buy a gold airship, and they will fly around to wherever they want, because that's how they want to do it. But there will be people that will earn their way, and let's say that they earn a lot of steam, and you know what? We're having a Steam marketplace for the exact same NFTs. So you can buy an airship with Steam that you earned in the game. There's no problem with that. It'll take you a while longer than just buying Steam, of course, but there are paths for different people of different budgets. And if you've got no budget, you can grind away and you can be just as successful as any other person. It's just going to take you a while.
And
Awesome.
that's a good part of the rental thing too. If you're one of those people that like me, I don't want to pay to win a game, especially mobile games, but on the PC it's the same way. And you get stuck. You'll have earned so much steam in the game. If you get stuck, you can rent somebody's. Once you figure out how you need to finish a task or a challenge, you can rent somebody's NFT to finish the challenge without having to go buy it. And that's a great part
Nice. So there
to
will
the
be
rental program.
that. Okay. So backstory for a lot of us got into the big time ecosystem, over a year ago. We played the game. We earned some stuff that we had no idea what the value was going on, but
Yep.
that definitely has a lot of stuff that needs to be worked on. But so yeah, we're familiar with the hey, if you want to play for free, you can play for free, and you still have a chance to make some money. But if you wanna get in early and you wanna grind out, you wanna be part of the team, that you're gonna get rewarded, and then if you wanna really grind in the game, you can get stuff that you can then turn into assets, and you can either sell them or
Yes.
we rent out. Alpha Origins bought some stuff for big time that we rent out and then put the income into the Alpha Origins community pool that we then use to purchase prizes or whatever. So it's like, yeah, we love the multi-tiered option of free to play, work your way up, pass. Like if I don't want to play the game at all, I can buy the token and speculate on the price.
Yeah.
I can buy NFTs and speculate on the price. I can buy assets and rent them and have just passive income.
Yep.
If I just freaking love the game but I just don't have the cash to buy an asset, I can just play the game and make some money and then buy assets. And
Yeah,
so
let me expand on two of those things that you said that I think that you'll like. Is that one is there will be many opportunities for cooperation to work together with other players to share in a prize as well. So there can be, like we could form a little bit of group and we could go get some steam and we will just share that equally. And then secondly is, let's say that you don't have money and you want to rent one of my NFTs, or you want to borrow an NFT from someone with an agreement that you just share, in a portion of what you earn. So, for instance, let's say that you get to this spot and you realize you need to have a Steam Watch because that will freeze the environment and that allows you to get through it. But you don't have one and you don't have the money. Well, if I lend you one and you go get 100 H bar and you share it with me, and that kind of helps solve another option to where you can work through some of those without having that. I guess that's the other path to where
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
have any money. How
yeah,
can I make money?
yeah, it's
And
almost
it's that way.
there were some projects that talked about, and they haven't implemented it yet, but it's like it's almost a scholarship where I will lend you my land or resource or whatever, and on the back end of whatever you earn, I get 5% or whatever percent I set my ass at it. And rather than you paying me up front, you, like you say, you borrow it, you use it, and I receive my cut on the back end.
Yep,
Yes.
and that's
And
exactly. I mean,
that's
who's going to earn more? My 12-year-old nephew and his 10 friends by using my gamer's plot, or me using my town? He's going to earn way more because he's going to play it. They're going to get good at it, and he's not going to have to spend a penny to get in and get good at it and earn using my assets and me just taking a
Right.
reward from them.
Yeah, that sounds like something that we need to maybe the Alpha Origins community pool needs to grab some assets and hey, oh, you want a Rumble? Guess what? You get to use our
Right.
Pegasus for 3 days or whatever.
Oh, speaking of that, we can give out a couple. What I'll tell you what we're giving out, and then I'll give you the backstory on it. We'll give out a couple farm animals. One of them definitely being a chicken. So if you live in a village, you can have chicken coops. You can have chickens, and then you can have cows. So there is a farming aspect to the metaverse too. You know, people like that. There'll be people that go in and spend all day on their farm and never go play a
Oh,
quest
absolutely.
or anything else. Yeah. So
Yeah.
the very
Yeah,
first.
yeah, just to elaborate on that a little bit, Joe, is that there's a lots of opportunities within the game that if you just want to grind away at raising some chickens and selling your eggs or going out in the sea and fishing or searching for treasure, whatever, you can do that too. It doesn't everything there's some people want to do that.
It
They
sounds
want
very
it to
open
be
world
Farmville.
sandboxy. Like
Yeah.
it's basically a
Right.
sandbox. It's not open world in the sense that, Grand Theft Auto or whatever is open world where you can run around but you have the specific game to play. This sounds like almost it, I'm sorry, I'm old, but this reminds me of like Star Wars Galaxies. You want to run around and run quests
Yeah.
and shoot people, fine.
Yes.
You want to go farm resources and just craft armor, fine. You want to raise creatures to sell, fine. Do whatever you want.
Exactly, but they all
funny you
tie
say
together. So there's a uniformity to everything. But you're exactly right.
Yeah,
So
I
I can
like
give away a couple
There
farm
and there.
animals.
Yeah, do
okay.
it.
How, how however you
Give
guys
away
want to
some
do it.
chickens.
Hey, Reptar, check your
Yeah.
mic. You're cutting in and out.
All right, am I good now? I got yelled at from Scorchman for that
Clear.
earlier.
Yeah, there you go. You're good now.
All right. No, dude, somebody said RuneScape vibes, and I can kind of see that. And honestly, it's funny because our first of all, I love
So
the
Joe,
story.
what do you got for these guys to give away? You got a
Hold on.
chicken?
Hold on, you might not be hearing everybody. John, Spud.
Oh, it's all good. No, I just
Okay.
I only hear
the
you.
graphics are like insane, dude. Like they really, I didn't
And
I
that's
had
all actual gameplay. Every bit
yeah,
of
like
that's
I
actual
hadn't really
gameplay.
looked at most of this until just now. Like guys, we didn't really we actually didn't we didn't see all of this beforehand. Like I knew they were coming, and we had checked out the project a little bit, but this is like right off the cuff. I'm showing you guys, and like honestly, it's really it's nice. It really is, and I really like the concept behind it because something that you said that really is kind of a big part of what we
I
do
don't
here.
hear anyone if they're talking. I'm just
Yeah.
watching the
Yes, we're
trailer.
just listening. Yep.
Oh, really? Very
So you've
strange.
got a couple things that you're gonna ask them to give away.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep. So one
Raptor's
is
talking. I'm sorry.
yeah. So
Huh.
yeah, one is a chicken. We'll give away a chicken. Chicken is in high supply, right? So it's
I
one
think so.
thing that.
If I'm just talking right over the top.
Can you hear me, Spud?
Yep, I can.
Okay. So chicken is in high supply, and we minted them out, and people were getting them because the mint was random. for different animals or sidekicks, and people were like, "Oh man, I got a chicken," and they weren't happy about it. And Patrick kept telling people chickens are going to be important. Chickens are going to be important. Now chickens have become a cult-like following because the chickens lay eggs, and those eggs are used in the egg shooters, and we'll launch with 6 or 7 different egg shooters for these battle royale games. And if you have a chicken, uh, you'll be able to produce your own eggs. If you don't have a chicken, you'll have to go to the chicken machine, to the egg machine, and purchase eggs. So we'll give away a chicken, and I think if you come in our Discord, you'll quickly learn how important the chicken has come to people. And I think we can give away a cow. They're a little more rare than a chicken, and every farm will need a cow. So however we need to set that up to give those away, if I can get some Hedera wallets, or somebody can open a ticket in Discord, we can verify it, then we'll send a couple of those over tomorrow.
Go ahead, Reptar. Try again.
Can you guys hear me? Yes,
You're clear
no?
to me.
Okay,
I can
cool.
hear you.
I don't think Spud can
I
hear
don't
me.
hear
I
him,
don't-
but
I don't think he can
It's
hear
okay.
you.
That sucks. I'm sorry. Yeah, the audience can hear me, but Spuds can't. Yeah, sorry for the confusion,
Oh,
guys. I really don't know.
can JC just pick a winner or two, and we can send them a chicken or a pig or a cow?
Yes.
What are you giving away, Joe? A chicken and
Yeah.
a cow?
Yeah, we'll do a chicken and a cow.
All right, here I have an
I'll
idea.
drop off and come back.
No, here I can do it. And then we'll pull him back up here. I think I can do because that's what I had to do. I had to leave and come back. All right, is it working now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I was going on my ramble, I couldn't hear anybody.
We've been having lots of issues with Discord and speakers in the last probably 3 weeks. Did anybody hear that at all?
I don't
I
think
did.
Spud.
Okay.
I heard you. I haven't heard Reptar yet.
Okay. So
I
we
apologize if I'm talking over.
we will.
Well, you're gonna have to go back and watch the stream then, so you can like hear everything. But no, seriously, thank you guys so much for coming. Like, we really appreciate it, and honestly, like, I'm pretty impressed and surprised by the game. We are gonna do a couple rumbles in the chat, guys, and
Yeah,
winner
two
is gonna
final
be
rumbles,
You hear
one
me
for
now?
a chicken and then one for a cow.
I
Yep.
can hear
Yeah.
DJ now, and yes, Spud, what you just said, and DJ, I can hear you now.
Hey,
I
Spud,
was
here's
on
what
mute the
we'll
whole
do.
time. I didn't even know if I was talking.
When nobody's talking, Spud, I'll say go.
All right, cool. Well, that's what we'll do. So
Okay.
yeah, guys, we'll do a rumble or whatever. I just want to say seriously, guys, thank you for taking the time to come give us a deep dive. I mean, that's and don't feel like it's information overload, because it always is. I mean, it's hard to explain the entirety of a game in an hour, but we're always looking for quality projects here. Like, that's really what we're about. And like, especially the thing that is important to us is like, the people who want to invest money can and make a good amount of money, and the people who maybe don't have any can still play and enjoy the game. That's actually really big. Filski, if you missed a lot of it, we just had Earthlings come from and that is a metaverse project on HBAR, and we had a deep dive on them. They talked about a lot of the stuff. So one thing that came up during in the questions in the chat, and this is perfect for Filski, somebody who knows nothing about the game and needs like just a quick blurb, like, if you want to get involved, what's the most important thing you should get? Land? Should you get a character? Like, if you really want to participate or just kind of dip your toes in the ecosystem, like, what would you start with?
Spud, you're good at answering this question. If you could get one NFT to start, what do you tell people?
Hang on, he dropped out and trying to come back on. All right, Spud,
Okay.
you're back. Can you hear me
Spud.
now?
I tried to reset everything. Am I coming in clear now?
You're
We
clear.
have always been able to hear you.
I think
Yeah,
I
we
heard
just
you the
make-
whole time, man.
We just can't hear each other for some reason, but that's okay.
Well, I can hear you now, so it might have been on my
Perfect.
end. So jumped
It's
all
it's
down.
Discord.
You know, if it depends on what your goals are, if you just want to play the game, you can just play it. If you want to be a land baron, there are towns, there's villages, there's little remote lands, there's city plots, and one of the aspects is that you can pop from one of your parcels to another. So, I want to get a city plot, then I can go right from my town all the way, I can port right to there. So there's some advantages to that. But, if you just want to play, there's some basic NFTs like the pixel ban is a good one because it will just disappear your adversary in front of you. So if you run into a wolf or a bear, make it go away. So there are some inexpensive, and by that I mean 400 H bar um, is kind of the lower end. A Steam Watch is very critical, I think, for around the same price. So I think that there are some, but if you want to play it, just play it. The more that you dig into the game, you're gonna want, I think, if you're a gamer, you're gonna want a lot of the pins because those collections all add in-game utility to benefit from what goals you're trying to accomplish, your quest that you're trying to do. So with those sorts of things, I would look at the pins, I would grab a watch, and then everything else there just kind of is one more utility in your Swiss Army knife, so to speak. You build your toolbox as you go, and
And I'll add
you
one
can.
thing to that.
Yep, go ahead.
So you don't have to go buy an expensive town or village. Um,
Right.
and here's a little tidbit that people don't quickly understand, so you'll know ahead of time. There are uh, land plots available, I think as low as $50 or so. Like Spud said, you can port to your land plot. Um, Most players that don't own land, I think they'll respawn back in New Paris, or maybe one other location that hasn't been designed yet, but you'll spawn in the same place. So if you want to have a piece of property without spending a ton of money, you can pick up one of these land plots. Now, the cool thing about the land plot is there are a few thousand of them that haven't been released yet, and everybody that owns a current land plot will be able to go and swap it for one of these unreleased plots when they're launched. So you'll almost be able to handpick on the map where your actual land plot is. And a lot of people, it takes some time to realize that. So you could pick up almost any random land plot right now. And it's going to be fast and furious. People are going to be swapping out for different locations on the map, but you'll be able to get a general location where you want to live. So um, if you have family in London, you'll be able to go pick a land plot somewhere on the island up there. So that's one piece of information for people to know. If you don't want to spend a ton of money, but you want some land, then you want to be able to move around the map easily. That's a really good way to do it.
See, I thought that was a really cool thing you guys integrated was the land plots are associated with like the real cities and stuff like in Europe. Like I
Yep.
saw that was really cool integration. And honestly, I know there's a couple games on HBAR, but these are some of like the early ones. So like there's not very much. I know you guys mentioned that earlier. There's not a ton of games on HBAR. There's like a few, but this looks really well done. Obviously it was like professionally made, and it's interesting that you guys both have the Steam and the water token, because it kind of, again, it brings those web 2 people into web 3 because they have this thing that they're already. Ooh, this one has a viewer discretion advised warning. I haven't seen that yet. Interesting. But no,
Yeah,
it's
that's the underground.
Just because we were worried that if there was some young children, we didn't want them to have nightmares and then
Be
get some
scary.
backlash on
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
Dude, I'm a Silent Hill
posting
kid,
the
so I'm good.
Yeah, but
Yes.
you're
Oh,
not
yes.
9 anymore.
the
Oh.
so as far as the farm animals that Joe is giving away, two of those, a chicken and a cow. I'm posting the token ID so that whoever wins will need to associate that so they can get dropped. I just posted that in the chat.
Sweet.
Cool.
Yeah, so guys, that token ID is the same thing like what you if you're familiar with the pack token that you just had to do. Yeah, you're just adding it so that's how the Hedera token service works.
All right. So, Spud and Joe, so you know this. We're doing a rumble right now that will be for the cow. And so
Nice.
whoever wins, we'll have them
All right.
open a ticket in our Discord. We will get their HBAR address. We'll help them set one up if they don't have one. But
So you basically said that a chicken makes a
ammo.
chicken produces
Yeah.
so the
If
chicken and the cow
yeah.
actually produce resources in this game,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yep. So
Yeah,
um,
there's actually, yeah, let me just add on to that a little bit in that, there's actually quite a few things that Patrick has in store for chickens because when he grabs onto something, he will not let go. He is a dog. He is a big dog with a bone. He just ain't gonna let go. So there's gonna be a lot of cool little things. There's gonna be, animal breeding. Well, what if you get a rooster? Then you can have little chickens and you can sell those little chicks. And the chickens that the chicken that Joe's giving away is not a burnable chicken. It's a you own it, it's your chicken. They started using the term immortal chickens because, some of the birthing chickens, the chicks or whatever, they might be a more of a consumable thing, but there's so many layers to what that's going to be, and there's already dog houses. We haven't seen a dog yet, but it if you look through the collections, you will get an idea of what's coming, and so many things. Originally the founders cards were 2500 H bar. Well, tomorrow or not tomorrow. I'm about to leak something I shouldn't say,
Oh
maybe.
man, we almost had it.
Well,
Tomorrow, nothing's happening.
well, the the thing is that those founders cards are each getting a big drop of the the Steam tokens. They're getting 4 burnable
the
tokens that
the
are
founders what?
exchangeable for Steam. The
founders card.
founders cards was one of the it was I think it was the first token that we did, but
Yeah.
it
It
was
was.
an inexpensive item. It's paid its weight at least tenfold,
So are
and
those
it just keeps
available on
giving. So
secondary or?
Yes.
they
They're
are,
in
but
fact.
they're at a bit of a premium now. They've went up recently because of the Steam drop that's associated with them.
Yeah.
But of course, like everything, right?
We'll just wait till
You
our
know,
pack bags are filled to the moon.
Yeah. All right, guys.
well,
One more.
Joe and I are big pack guys too, so
Yep.
we're right with you on
I
that.
was
Believe
that
us.
was
And we're
the next
partnered
thing
with
I was
Hash.
gonna ask you guys. I'm like, did you guys get in on the hash packs? I had to ask because
I don't know if anybody saw the announcement. It's in our X, but we're partnered with Hashpack. Our post offices are actually all sponsored by Hashpack. So that is the first non-Steam token that'll be usable in the game. You'll be able to ship and receive packages with the pack token in Earthlings Land. The first backpacks were not the packs that everybody's buying for the pack token. The first hashpack backpacks released were Earthlings packs. So
yeah,
if you
pack
go
pack
into the
pack.
marketplace,
Yeah, I can't say it either. I tried 3 times. I say
yeah.
pack pack or I
So
say hash back.
yeah. So we had hashpack bags before they had their own bag. So we're tight with those folks.
Yeah.
I
So
love it.
yeah, that's awesome. That is a huge partnership because honestly, like we dive deep into like a lot of projects, and when I saw Pack, I mean, guys, it's literally a JC DJ. Where do you find all these amazing memes? I love that. I can't believe I haven't seen that yet. But the thing is, like, there's only 200 million tokens. Like, we understand, like, market cap and like the realistic price that some of these projects are gonna go to, even during a bull market, but we really believe in the whole 50 cent to $1 pack narrative because like um just the math just works out. I mean, it's you look at projects like Saucer Swap and some of the other ecosystems that are on Hedera, they're still low market caps, but they're hundreds of millions of dollars. Like Saucer Swap I think is like 400 million or something like that, so we're give or take. But if Pack even goes to like $1 million market cap, which is very, very reasonable for it to do, it's one of the leading wallets on Hedera. We're looking at a 50 cent to $1 token, and if you bought these backpacks, you're doing really well. Like already, it's insane.
So there's an airship flying on the
Yeah, that looked
screen right
awesome.
there.
Guys,
I was looking at the airship actually.
let's hey, let's
Oh,
let's do our last rumble so I can end the live stream and then we can continue chatting. But let's knock this last rumble out. The last rumble will be for the chicken.
For the
So,
chicken,
For click the swords.
Good luck. Good luck.
Let's
get it.
Python, I hope
go.
you win.
Yep, and this is
Did
since
somebody won the cow?
yes, Casey won the cow. Casey will open a ticket. We will get Casey's hash HBAR wallet, and we will shoot you a DM. Who wants it, Joe or Spud? Who
Excellent.
wants the DM?
You can
I'll take
send
it.
to,
Or I mean,
I'll be
we can do a
I'll be
group.
slammed with the IDO tomorrow.
Okay.
The actually the best would be to would just be to submit a ticket on our Discord. But
Oh
if
yeah,
they
we
don't
can do
wanna
that too.
join that, they can. Yeah, that way they'll send that right over. We'll let the marketing know that that's coming in, and so the person that won it, I just want to give them their name so that they know kind of what's happening. Was Casey?
It's Casey. I just tag. Well, I can't tag because I'm streaming. It's the
I
name right
got
above
it.
mine. Yeah.
Isn't that weird that when you're streaming it doesn't let you do that? It's
That's
so
weird.
strange. It's just the Discord stage, dude. Like a lot of these problems don't happen in voice chat. You know what I noticed? Like, you know how we can tip in the Discord, like tip 1 ETH? It doesn't let you do that in here for some reason. So, and I reached out to Discord support. It's not an us issue or the server. It's literally just Discord. Like there's some of the limitations that they don't like some bots can't get into this channel, I guess. So I don't know. I reached out. I complained.
Yeah. Boys, we got a
I've
lot of
seen
homework
these
to do on
videos.
this.
I've seen these videos every day since they came out, and I still find myself watching every one of them beginning to end when they're on the screen.
So is that
Well-
looks like Paris or France
Oh
anyway?
shit!
No, that's just a typical
Little village in France.
little town. Yeah.
Look at that. Little town.
Yeah,
It's a quiet
that's
village.
just
Oh,
your
sorry.
own town. If you own a town, that's what your town. There's different configurations. Even they're not even all the same.
Yeah, they're not all the
There's-
same.
They're all there's many different
Yes.
ones between the towns, villages, and then
That was-
what you have is if you own the town, the land plots are within your town. So those will, work together as a community. That's kind of how those are, designed to be set up.
And
What I remember is you
that's the
said
village here.
this has a Fable vibe to it. I was like, yes, that's perfect. That's exactly
Yeah,
what it makes
that's
me think of.
exactly. Yep, he's right. That's exactly what I feel. No, dude, honestly, we really appreciate you guys coming out to talk to us about the game. Again, we know it's impossible to explain. Like, if somebody was like, "Hey, explain to me Illuvium in an hour," like, I couldn't do
Right.
it. You know what I mean? So we know how it is, dude. And honestly, this looks really good. And just the fact that it's on HBAR, I'm already
DJ!
like, DJ, what? I just
Let's
want the
go.
damn chicken.
DJ won. Let's go,
Python
DJ.
pissed. Rigged. Phil's pissed.
I don't know.
Everyone in the
Crypto
chat.
DJ.
I'm not gonna speak for DJ, but if I had won that, I would put that in the AO community pool as a way to either generate funds or to to loan out to our community members as prizes. That's what I would do. I'm not gonna speak for DJ though.
Generate. All right, DJ's keeping it, I guess, guys. But he's keeping it for us. Okay, remember that. Remember that. And by us, I
I'll give
mean
you some alpha that nobody knows
Alpha.
if you want a piece of alpha.
That's what we're here for.
Patrick, you see this village we're in, right? Patrick's daughter built this entire village. She's 16 years old.
Oh, that's awesome. See,
Dude.
something like that's like what my daughter loves to do.
Yeah.
Like I told her, oops, I hit the wrong thing. I have like an Eve Towers apartment, and I was like, you can decorate this however you want to. She's like, what? Yeah, like my daughter would love to build a city. That's awesome.
So all she's been around
You
her
know,
whole
one-
life is creators and artists, and she was just watching them do it, and she didn't say anything, and she just started messing with the software, and was like, "Hey, I can be your intern," and they're like, "Oh, let's see what she can do," and then it's just blown.
She
everybody
made
away.
this village, and they're like, oh,
Well,
yeah.
One thing I wanted to comment on that end of that last video, you kind of saw that flashing light seizure trigger, and what that was is actually a little hidden code that when it got solved, they gave away a bunch of NFTs for it. It was
Dude, that's
Oh,
so
you have
crazy.
Easter eggs. Let's go.
I was
yeah.
wondering, I'm like, why is it
Everywhere.
flashing like that? And I was like,
Yep,
and the
yep.
first
You
thing I thought was for the stream, I was like, yeah, I'll take that off because I thought that maybe it was my computer glitching. But no, that's so cool.
No, that was a Morse code. It's since been solved, but I think that they
Almost
gave
every one
away
of these
maybe about
videos.
6 prizes.
Yep, almost every one of these videos has some kind of Easter egg. I can never find them, but
All right,
Bud's
now,
great at
all right.
finding them.
Now we've got people like, okay, guys, we got a lot of work to do. This is yet
Yeah,
another
we're
game and
definitely-
ecosystem we have to learn.
Yep.
Yeah, if you see something in there that looks like A minus B equals F or something like that, just make a little note of that because it's probably means something. And I'm saying that for you will see those, and that has been solved, but they're always putting things like that in place. So, keep an eye on those videos. They really pride themselves with putting stuff in it. Yeah, this is a good representation of the size
Look at that.
of
Okay.
the world. They zoom.
So you can
You
see
can
that's
zoom in
Spain,
or
France,
zoom out to a
Italy.
person.
Look at that. The Alps. I love
Yeah.
it. Now,
It's-
okay.
It's
When
4 times the size. The map is, I think it's 4 times the size of Roblox.
Yeah, just what's going to be released first, which is Europe, and then other continents.
All right, so let me ask the $10 question here. When will people be able to get in and walk around? Maybe not play a full game, but just get in and start doing stuff.
So the goal is late 25, and that's why we have multiple mobile games coming out first. Patrick, we fight him on it, but Patrick doesn't want to release anything without at least a quest or a rumble area to play something, because he doesn't want people walking around without being able to play or compete.
Yeah,
in
with
something.
nothing to do. Like great, like
Yep.
like Decentraland
Yep.
or every other
Yeah.
or Sandbox or every other
Because
metaverse out there right now.
We could probably by September have people just walking around few towns and villages and New Paris, but he doesn't want to do that, and I don't blame him. He's going to stick to his laurels
Yeah.
on that.
and not to counteract what Joe said, but I know Patrick in his heart, he would really like it if people could explore the world a little bit. Just like when you see the in-game um, motion that's happening, and one of the avatars is running bridge through the whatever. He would love it if people could explore that, but it's a balance. You don't want people to come and walk around and go, this is boring, and then not give it a chance again. So he wants to have enough meat on the bones in order to make even a simple version enjoyable. The world is incredible, but we want the experience to match. Yeah, this is a good
Yeah, that's a
representation
good
of
one.
Sai, because they zoomed out on her,
Yeah,
and then you see how big it really is. So
pretty cool. Guys, all right, we can still chat here for a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap out the live stream here. So if you're watching on live stream or on the replay, all of these links, we're gonna put all of our links for the Earthlings, their Discord, their Twitter, or their X, whatever. We'll have all the links to the collections, official links, and more importantly to their Discord, where you can definitely get their official links. Um, just jump in. But I want to say, Joe and Spud, thank you so much for coming on. Um, Ash had been telling us we got to talk to you guys, and Ash, thank you for getting these guys connected. This
Yeah,
looks
thanks so much,
freaking
everybody.
beautiful, and I look forward to. I'm a guy that if I have some available resources, I like to get the land and hold it and let other people play on it, and then I'll passively earn. That's my game. But we've got so many play styles here that can benefit from this whole ecosystem, and so we're gonna be digging and doing some work. And I know uh, our community and the AO team will be chatting with you guys a whole freaking ton over the next year and a half. So
Yeah,
um,
awesome. Thank you.
I'll shut off
yeah,
our live
thank you
stream
guys
here.
for having us.
And if you're watching the live stream, get over to the Discord and talk to people. And